everyone, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. I hope everyone is having a wonderful new year. I absolutely love the month of January. It's literally the longest month ever. It always feels like it's about 10 weeks long, but it's the start of a new year and new opportunities. You get a clean slate. And so I always absolutely love that. Let me know if you have any New Year's resolutions that you are working on down below. Now, if you don't know, in my last video, I released my 2023 Royal Family Predictions Part 2. My Part 1 was done about a month ago, so I'll see if I can list both of them in the comment section down below. But I'm going to keep a slide of all of my predictions, so that way we can go through the year and mark off my predictions if or when they come true. It's going to be a fun little game, but let me know what you guys think about the predictions. And of course, if you have any personal resolutions or goals that you're working on for 2023. Now, we have a lot of juicy royalty to get through, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So my very first royal prediction of 2023, guys, has come true. I announced a royal pregnancy, although I did think it was going to be Princess Eugenie or Princess Beatrice. I'm still holding out hope that is going to happen, but apparently Louis and Marie Ducruet of Monaco, who is the oldest son of Princess Stephanie, has announced that him and his wife Marie are expecting a baby. Talk about a beautiful couple. That child is going to be absolutely stunning. Now, if you're not aware, Princess Stephanie is the youngest child of the late Princess Grace, and Princess Stephanie is the younger sister of Prince Albert. So her oldest son, Louis, and his wife, Marie, have been together since 2011. The couple married in 2019, and now they are expecting their very first child. So congratulations to the happy couple. And hopefully we'll have some more royal pregnancies to announce. So it appears that Jason Knauf is starting his 2023 on a very high note. The former royal aide has received a huge honor. He was made Lieutenant of the Royal Victorian Order in King Charles's first honors list. Now, Jason Knauf worked for Kensington Palace from 2015 until stepping down in 2021. Jason Knauf previously worked on communications and strategy for the Prince and Princess of Wales. Now, he was the one who was at the center and height of the Meghan Markle bullion allegations. It is said he was the first to alert the Prince of Wales of the bullion allegations against Meghan Markle from members of her royal staff. Now, this came to light back in 2018, and he played a pivotal role in exposing Harry and Meghan for lying under oath and for contributing to the book Finding Freedom. He brought out the royal receipts through text messages and emails, exposing them as liars. Not to mention, he also exposed Meghan's real intention for writing the letter to her daddy and how she wanted to use the word daddy to pull on the heartstrings of people, kind of proving the fact that she knew that letter was going to be published. So in my opinion, he was the unsung hero who exposed Harry and Meghan once again for being the liars that they are. So congratulations to Jason Knauf on your brand new royal order. In my opinion, it is well deserved. So Prince Harry, in preparation for his book Spare, which is coming out to publication on January 10th, sat down for 2 television interviews, one with 60 Minutes Anderson Cooper and the other with ITV Tom Bradby. Now, both of the publications have dropped trailers in anticipation of their upcoming television interviews. And let me just say, they've dropped some juicy nuggets already. Now, it is kind of sad, of course. The whole subject is just sad. You can tell that Prince Harry has a lot of royal regrets. He is a broken man, and he is someone who clearly misses his family. He was very close with his family, especially his brother, Prince William, and he told Anderson Cooper, "I miss my father and my brother. I want my father back and I want my brother back." Well, if you quit crapping on people, maybe you would get them back. He says, "Silence is betrayal." To me, that sounds like a narcissistic motto. Silence is betrayal. Meaning, if you don't speak up on our behalf, you're not for us. And if you're not for us, you're against us. You know, narcissists have to have 100% complete loyalty and control. So the fact that the royal family would not speak out and they sat behind the never complain, never explain and wouldn't squash the stories about Meghan, then their silence was saying, well, you're not for us, you're against us. And in Meghan's narcissistic mindset, in my opinion, that's war. Those are fighting words. You're not speaking out for me, you're silent, therefore you're against me, you're with the press, you're colluding with the enemy. So in Meghan's mind, they're the enemy because they are not speaking out on her behalf, and silence is betrayal. The other thing that Harry says is, it never needed to be this way. Now this very much reminds me of someone who's an abuser telling the person they just abused, you know, it didn't have to be this way. Look what you made me do. You made me hurt you. If you just would have done what I told you to do, but you forced my hand. It didn't have to be this way. Woo! That kind of sounds like, you know, if you just would have done what me and Meghan wanted you to do, none of this would have happened. It's your fault. It's kind of like victim blaming and shaming to the royal family, saying, well, you made your bed, so you're going to lie in it. You didn't do what Meghan wanted. You didn't squash the stories. You didn't make her out to be the next Princess Diana. You guys were jealous. So now we're going to air all of the dirty laundry out to the public. And we're going to put a lot of stuff out there that may or may not be true. But oh well, you didn't do what we wanted you to do, and it didn't have to be this way. Ouch. But then he goes on to say that he feels that they needed to keep Harry and Meghan as villains. What? They needed to keep Harry and Meghan as villains, and that they had absolutely no willingness to reconcile with them. And he says, I want to get my father back. I want to get my brother back. Well, you know, that's kind of like the person who's a cheater tells the person, I love you, I'm committed to you, but then continues to cheat. You can't continue to crap on people and hurt people and then wonder why they're not rushing back to your side and begging to be a part of your life. You can't keep hurting people and selling them out to the highest bidder and then wondering why they want nothing to do with you, why people give you the cold shoulder, why people don't trust you. You know, the whole docuseries was such a vanity project, all about Meghan being the innocent victim who did absolutely nothing wrong but become popular like Princess Diana. And everyone was so jealous and awed at how beautiful and amazing she was. Literally what they were saying. But again, the whole scenario of they fed Meghan to the wolves because they wanted to spare other members of the royal family. Again, why in the hell would they do that? Do you know how much garbage is about the royal family that's printed on a daily basis and they can't stop it? Why would they contribute to it? Now, we all know that the press and the royal family have a relationship because the press needs the royal family and the royal family needs the press. But again, the tabloids, they run amok. They have stories calling the Queen a reptile. They talk about Kate being anorexic. They talk about Prince William having an affair. They make fun of Prince George. Like, they write some horrific stories. But yet the royal family has to keep a professional relationship with the press. Now, a lot of people give the press a bad reputation. I don't think the press is all bad. There have been many instances where the press has refused to run stories because they weren't proven or they were just very, very bad. There's the example of Camilla Gate, the phone gate. If you remember when Prince Charles and Camilla were recorded having that phone call about him wanting to live in her knickers. They had that recording for a couple of years and did not release the recording until Prince Charles and Princess Diana were legally separated and going through a divorce. But they had the tapes before they were separated and they did not release it. Now, I'm not saying they're Mother Teresa, but again, I believe the press has a lot of dirt on a lot of people, especially the royals, and they may not release it all. And let's be honest, Meghan Markle was like Christmas dinner wrapped up in a bow to the wolves of the press. As a matter of fact, they were full. They were eating at the all-you-can-eat buffet, with half of that being provided by Meghan herself. We all talked about Meghan brought a lot of dirty laundry with her to the palace. The girl didn't even say, "I do," and there was drama with her own family in the press. Her dad, her sister, her brother, everyone was already in the press. She had so much drama that had nothing to do with the royal family. Like I said, it was an all-you-can-eat buffet. The royal family didn't have to feed anything to anyone. Sister, you were bringing the breadcrumbs yourself. So I don't believe for one moment that the royal family was so jealous and insecure of Meghan because she had one successful tour in her 18 months that they were so jealous that they had to leak stories to the press. Okay, where's your proof? Where's your proof, son? You know, Jason Knauf had some royal receipts. He had text messages and emails from your email account. That's called bringing receipts. He had the evidence to prove that you two aren't nice people and that you're liars and that you worked on the book Finding Freedom and that you purposely wrote the letter to your daddy to make sure it got out to the public. But when you and Harry say stuff, you have no proof. You can't even have footage in your documentary showing the press hounding Meghan. You guys were in the back of a car looking for a pap on a bicycle who got lost. You didn't even see him in the back of the car. You guys lost the pap while you were filming. You had to use archival footage from movie premieres. That's kind of sad. It's like telling people, hey, trust me, bro. That's your source? Trust me, brah? I mean, the only people who can use that as a source are two surfers talking about who had the hottest wave catch that morning. Trust me, brah, the wave was awesome. We need more than that. We need actual receipts. So if you're not going to ante up any real proof, you can't make allegations like that. Just like the royal family member who had questions about Archie's skin tone. You guys cannot even get a simple story straight. Your meet cute has changed several times. Your engagement has changed several times. The story of who said the questionable comments about Archie's skin tone has changed. You two can't keep a story straight. But we're supposed to trust me, bro. I'm telling you the truth. Meanwhile, everyone else is proving what you say to be untrue. There's way more receipts out there proving that you two are a bunch of hypocritical, narcissistic liars than people who tell the truth. People are no longer buying your victimhood story. The thing about Americans especially is Americans have a soft spot for the underdog. We love an underdog. We like to fight for the little guy. That's the American dream, the little guy making big. So when Harry and Meghan came here, they were the little guy, the under guy, the victim, fighting against the mean, evil royal family institution who was mean to them because Meghan was beautiful and she was biracial and they were jealous and they couldn't handle it and they were racist. So they come over to America for financial freedom to escape the oppression of the evil royals. And Americans, we have a little bit of history with escaping the oppression of the royals. So we're like, okay, we got your back, sis. We got it. We hear ya. Come on in. We're going to welcome ya. But then we start kind of, going through some of the stories and they're not adding up. And the Oprah Winfrey interview comes and we're like, that's not true, and that's not true, and that's not true. And pretty soon there was more untruths than truths in your interview. Then you kept using your royal titles for financial gain. And we're like, wait a minute. You hate the royals so much, why you keep calling yourself Duchess, sis? Why don't you leave your titles at the door? I thought you guys were trying to break free of the oppression of the royal family, yet you keep using the Duke and Duchess title for Spotify, Netflix, your podcast, your book, and the only thing you do is trash your family and cash checks. Then people start looking at your charity, Archwell Foundation, that only raised $50,000 in a year. And then they start realizing, well, you guys aren't really doing anything of substance, but you're crying in your golden teacup and you're cashing paychecks while you're selling out your family. And if there's one thing Americans especially do not like, are sellouts and hypocrites. Sellouts and hypocrites. So now we have a bunch of overprivileged one percenters crying about how awful their life is. And we're like, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad to me. Sorry, I'm trying to find the victimhood. Can you repeat your story of how you lived in palaces and had $1 million wardrobe and you went on like 14 trips in 18 months and you got about $50 million for just being born into privilege? I'm sorry, can you go back again and tell me the hardship and the mistreatment that you received? Because it seemed like you had a pretty good deal there, son. So now people are starting to realize after that docuseries that they're not really the victims, that they're the bullies. That the victims are the bullies. And now he's crying on TV saying, I want my family back. Well, you had a family. You're the one who threw them away. And why did you throw them away? Because Meghan didn't want you to have them. Let's be honest. Meghan didn't want you to have a family because she threw hers away also. That's my opinion. You threw them away for Netflix and Spotify and for your podcast and for your book. For millions upon millions of dollars that you already had. You already had like $40 million in your inheritance. How much money is going to be enough? Was it worth it? Was it worth hurting your family for money? What was the point? So Meghan can get on the cover of Variety magazine, desperately trying to be the tier 1 celebrity that she'll never be. I mean, all of this was for Meghan. This was for Meghan. So Meghan could be the cover girl. Meghan could be the superstar. But unfortunately for you, Meghan, you're never going to be tier 1. Because even people in Hollywood now are getting a little tired of the two of you. Because you stink. You stink. You stink like fish that's been out on the counter for a couple of days and people are like, ugh, what is that smell? Lord, get it out of here. They don't want to be near you. So it's going to be interesting. The interviews are dropping on Sunday. His book is dropping on the 10th. I'm sure there's going to be more juicy morsels that we can dissect from that. But at the end of the day, it's just sad. It's sad. I can sit here and rip him all day, but part of me is very sad because I used to love Harry and his brother William. I used to love the three of them with Catherine, and the three of them would joke, and they were just so fun, and you could see the love and the admiration they had for one another, and it changed. And when did it change? Oh yeah, when he married Meghan. That's right. Yeah. So unfortunately for you, Harry, you chose wrong. You chose wrong. I hope you're happy with your choice, because I don't think all of that money that you and your wife have are going to keep you warm at night. I think pretty soon it's going to get real cold and real lonely. Like I predicted, 2023 is not going to be a great year for you two. Unfortunately, I don't see it being a good year. But that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts on these stories. And are you going to watch the interviews with Harry coming up on ITV and 60 Minutes? As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.